I'm not even going to bother to introduce this game anymore because it's been done 1,000 times already. Blah blah blah, good game, blah blah blah. Remake was also pretty good, albeit a bit glitchy, etc, etc, etc. I'm starting to get sick of hearing it from how much I already have. It's not original anymore, none of these statements are. And God knows I hate unoriginal ideas. So that's why I decided to come up with an actually original idea for once. And I'll rank every single... God damn it! Zachpack, why would you do this to me? Why would you put rock bottom at number 1? Who in their right mind does that? Alright, well, anyway, until 10 seconds ago, I thought it would be a unique idea to rank all 9 levels of Battle for Bikini Bottom. Not including the hub road, of course. All I can really say about that level is that the enemy gauntlets are genuinely terrible. So I guess if you want to be technical, Bikini Bottom's number 10 through just lack of substance alone. Joke's on you though, I'm not going to be technical. I'm also going to use the base games for my rankings and not the remake, since the remake made some levels better and some worse. So let's begin. Hey, remember when I said I was going to be saying something original for once? Well, I wish I could start off with a popular opinion, but at least agreeing on how bad this level is shows that it is genuinely the worst one. I'm probably one of the few people to not hate the kelp vines. They're a fun enough challenge, and once you get it down, it's pretty fun to pull off in one go. Except for when you fall off and have to sit through a loading screen, because somebody decided to put an active checkpoint in the middle of a time trial. I like the opening and how it's a short level that actually turns out to be longer with all the side content surrounding it. But that's about it for all the good stuff. Patrick's section is annoying, because if you die you have to redo it all over again. And not only that, but the checkpoint means you have to circle all the way around. I want to know who keeps putting these checkpoints in, but I want them fired. And don't even get me started on the absolute slog that is the Kelp Caves. I played it on both the original version and Rehydrated. Both times the only feeling I got from it was numbness. So I guess it's the part of Rehydrated that's the most faithful to the original. The only thing I really liked was the music. I used to hate it, but it's kind of grown on me. The Kelp Caves version is horrible though, which just kind of adds to everything else. I really can't stress enough how terrible this section is. Terrible level, poorly designed, boring, dull, annoying, -3 out of 10. You know that one bit in Over the Hedge where the squirrel drinks the energy drink and moves so fast the world seems like it's moving slowly? I think playing rock bottom gives your brain that effect. The opening is slow, the museum is extra slow, and I especially like climbing all the way back up again if I fall, because the teleport box moves you up like an inch. Some of these sections are all identical, just swinging from point A to point B with the occasional robot or button. The music is easily the worst track in the game as well, even worse than the Kelp Caves, because it's not even music, it's ambiance. It makes an already slow and boring level even more slow and boring. It's better than the Kelp Forest, but that's only because it doesn't make my body run at the same speed as a Windows 98 computer. But it is close. This level is special because it marks the end of the bad levels on the list. That's right, we're moving into the more mediocre territory now. And boy, is this level mediocre. I like the ending parts with the ships. That was fun, although crossing the bridge sucks. The main problem of the level is the wall jumping, especially this bit. If waiting for these pillars to move won't bore you to death, the overabundance of bottomless pits will make you want to sharpen your car keys on the disc. You can beat this entire boss just by pressing the jump button without moving, and then moving to the side when the Dutchman comes towards you. Not a bad level, just not one I'm too keen on playing. The music's good though. I'll give it this, the actual slides are really fun. So why is Sand Mountain towards the end of the list? Well, it's quite simple. If you can't tell, I don't like the enemy gauntlets. They're slow and repetitive, but they become much worse when you're forced to do one right after a fast-paced slide. It hits you like a rock and basically acts as quality whiplash. The socks are also some of the worst in the game. The swinging one is more annoying than it should be thanks to ice physics, knockback, and this jerk that keeps throwing missiles at you. And the snowman sock is on my top 3 least favourite parts of the game. Whose idea was it for them to respawn if you die, so you have to go back through all of it again? All of it! It's the Kelp Forest OTGs all over again. But at least here it's not required to progress through the level. Shame I'm a completionist though. The music is unfortunately the biggest disappointment, since it's all just reused tracks from the sliding theme, Bikini Bottom, and for some reason a few seconds of downtown. Ah well. The sliding more than makes up for it.
I'm not going to make too many friends with this one. My main problems with this level come from just how irritating it can get. Mr. Krabs' dream is the definition of enemy spam, a non-stop gauntlet that's only really fun with the camping exploit, and you seem to spend more time running away from the robots than actually attacking them, which reminds me of every girl I've ever interacted with. The spatula at the start is one of the worst in the game, and reclimbing the floating blocks and dealing with the slick every time I mess up and fall really starts to get on my nerves after a while. That being said, this is still a decent level. Sandy Slide is fun, although the enemy gauntlet is just dull in comparison.
Noticing a pattern yet?
Patrick Extreme is a decent show, made better when you realise it's one of the last golden spatulas in the game, and not to mention that platforming section in Squidward Dream. And the music is one of the best tracks in the game. It's very obvious we're now entering the good levels. This is an odd level since it's actually one I used to really dislike, yet through all my playthroughs of the game, I've somewhat warmed up to it. It's mainly thanks to the carnival segment, which, while being the most gimmicky part of the game, is also one of the best. Although returning later with the bubble bowl is about as useless as trying to drive through cement, unless you really care enough to learn speedrunning techniques.
Which I do not.
I wasn't a fan of the starting area, particularly jumping from the inflatables, which is one of the most boring platforming challenges this game throws at you, along with that damn balloon popping mission, which is overly precise with how you have to hit the kids to drop them. That sounds bad. The caves are easily the lowest point of the level, but unlike Kelp Caves, they don't overstay their welcome, although the rising tide makes it far slower than it needs to be. There's not really much else to say, it's just a really basic level, yet it works in its favour. I like the castle climb, the Tiki, and the beach towels in particular. Sometimes you need something simple to balance out the overly complicated and unfair moments from the other levels.
I bet you were expecting this to be number one. Well, joke's on you, you underestimated my love for simple beginning levels in games. Regardless, brilliant level. The theming and visuals are great, and the boss fight, while simple, is pretty fun. Although the hammers that get scattered across the arena can go die. Admittedly, it does have one too many puzzle sections for my liking. Carrying the watermelon is just kind of annoying. Barnacle Boy's spatula is easy and just kind of boring once you realise the method. And of course, there's the rolling ball arena. Well, joke's on you, I actually like that part, and from all the times I've played it, I've basically mastered it. Yeah, I still have a life, what are you talking about? Of course, that was until Rehydrated messed up the physics and while trying to make it easier, made it unintentionally harder. The pure platforming segments are still really fun though. I like climbing up the marmalade with all the disco floors, and while I hate how specific bubble bowling these buttons are, I like slowly unlocking the path to the computer. I hate the cowboy robots they introduced though. Still, enjoy number 3, you kinda earned it. Number 2 and number 1 were tied for me. They're both equally great, and it was just a matter of which one I had a segment I didn't like that much. And unfortunately for Downtown, it was the Tiki bungee jumping. Once again, everything is reset if you die once. The physics make it 10 times more finicky than it has to be, and the Chuck robots continue to be the bane of my existence. But the level makes it high on the list purely for the sunny rooftop segment, and for once, the enemy gauntlet is actually fun. Mainly because the robots are still simple and don't spam 50 projectiles on you in a small enclosed space. It's also really satisfying slowly opening up the map as you walk through it at the start, even though the Tiki's respawning if you die or re-enter the area kinda ruin it. And I enjoyed how this is probably the most open level in the game, actually having multiple paths instead of a simple straight line from point A to point B. And the music, while calm and plain, is oddly catchy and memorable. It fits the setting well. Good level. But now you've realised what number 1 is and clicked off the video. Well, I might as well talk about it anyway. I know it's pretty cheap for me to put the very first level as number 1, considering I made fun of Zack Pack for Rock Bottom earlier, but I have a very good reason for why I like this level the most. It's really simple. What have all my complaints with the other levels been? They try too hard to complicate things. They introduce robots with annoying specific attacks and force you to fight a ton in a small enclosed space. They make you do overly long puzzles that reset from the start if you die once. They make you hit specific hitboxes, they make you rush things that need precision, they make you wait and walk, and walk, and wait, and swing, and walk, and swing, and walk, and wait. But this level is why I play a platformer. Simple traversal from point A to point B. Simple robots that are satisfying to kill. A quick and simple boss fight that doesn't take 50 years to defeat. Bright visuals that don't make me feel miserable just looking at it. Everything the other levels do wrong, this one takes notes and does it much better. The only flaw I can think of is that this one Tartar that stands there and shoots you messes up your jump all the time. But that's it. I even like the cave segment. This is how you know the level is good. It's short, basic, but still to the point. I like it. So there we have it. Every single level ranked. If you disagree with me, then smash that dislike button. If you hate the constant spit you can hear coming out my mouth whenever I pronounce the letter L, don't even bother mentioning it, since I already put my tongue through the ringer in an attempt to dry it out, and it doesn't work. And if you think BFUB sucks anyway and that the movie game is better, why I'm on this video. And trust me, I'll be getting to that game soon enough. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm still trying to beat the Flying Dutchman. It's been 2.5 hours, but I think I'm finally at the final phase.